Hello there, you're watching Pro Gamer Parent. I'm Rick, and today I'm going to talk to you about the cost of delay. Or, you don't get feedback instantly on most things that really matter in life. And your kid might be playing an MMO, and one good way to connect to them is to talk about healers and regeneration and stuff like that, damage over time, DoTs, stuff like that, to help them see that real life, sometimes you need to do things for a while to be persistent and patient with it before you see the effect. And sometimes it's really helpful to ask advice of someone who has a different worldview than yours, to stop and quit and let go of something because you're not getting there in the way you think from your worldview. And I've been playing games since I was a kid, and I quite often play the healer or the druid or something like that. I prefer a class, which is a choice in most games, where you can switch and you can do multiple things. But I quite like the supportive classes, and I quite like the healing classes. And I've been playing healers most of the time. And what I find so extremely interesting, and not just with me, I have plenty of friends and girlfriends over the years who's been playing healers too, so I've seen this from multiple perspectives, is when you have one worldview, and a healer is basically someone who's healing their people so they can do their job. My job is to keep other people alive in the game so they can do their job, which is getting us where we want to go. And quite often I find that I realize that the damage over time ratio does not work with my mana consumption over time. So I realize we will not be where we want to be based on the data I have. And when I talk to people who trust me, and I talk to people who's been experienced and know what they're doing, that's all I need to say. The ratio of mana consumption versus our output does not get us where we want to be. If I talk to people who don't trust me or I've not worked with before, or say, well, from my perspective, I'm fully healed right now. What are you talking about? This is looking good on my side. They don't know the hard work I'm spamming the button to keep them alive. If I just missed 1 second, they would be gone. They don't know that because from their worldview, they don't see that. What's going to happen is everything's great, gone. That's how it happens. Feedback for them, if they, for example, are standing in a pile that's... quite often you have traps and stuff like that in games. If they're standing in the wrong spot, it's usually the healer that notes the first time. They also see the pattern. It's usually the same 3% of people who are always not positioning themselves great, and that is costing this precious mana. So quite often you have someone in the team or friends or work that has one worldview that really benefits the whole team. But are you paying attention to that, or are you saying, well, I'm fat and happy, this is working good from my perspective, and not understanding where did that train come from that just wiped us out? And why am I sharing this with you then, as a parent of a gamer? Well, sometimes it helps to talk that language. Sometimes it helps to understand that from where you're standing right now, things might look calm. You might be loving your life, happy, and everything seems working. But are you standing right now on a dying platform? Are you, if you're my age, you've seen platform come and go, but are you investing all your eggs in one basket? It might look good and it's skyrocketing right now, but sharing thoughts like that the cost of delay, that you don't see the full picture. No one of us does, but we can probe, we can talk to people, we can get help from advisors who's more serious, senior and smarter and seriously in pro in the scene than we are, and listen to their perspective. But once again, from a game perspective, it's so well illustrated. I heal until I'm out of mana. I might be screaming I'm out of mana in 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds now. And then, oh, what happened? I get from some member who didn't pay attention, and clearly then I wasn't communicating with the urgency they needed. So help our kids to do that. See, are they on a growing platform? Are they on multiple platforms? I believe we need to embrace multiple platforms if we're gonna succeed in the future. And also, are we getting different worldviews? It might be looking great from our worldview, but are we listening in this case to the healer who has a very different, no, well, this is just we're gonna be fine for 10 more minutes, then we need to do things differently. Because 11 minutes from now, we're gonna be gone. And with games, it's easy. You had to have add-ons and mods and stuff like that help you keep track of this. In real life, it's a lot more fussy and vague, and you don't know. So ask and learn from your peers, from your people, and figure out, do you get the input you need? Are you making decisions right now what really, really matters compared to when the heart starts to feel? And also like training. Physical training hurts a lot first couple of weeks until you see the tangible results, and then it's quite a lot easier. But likewise with training, you feel okay for a while when you're well exercised. It takes a while before you start to feel the effects of not training, and then it takes a while to get on there. It's exactly the same thing. Quite often it's the same thing with skills, and if you really want to make an impact on something, you do have to embrace it. It's not going to be instant. It's going to be a delay there until you see the results you want. But keep measuring in some way this is bringing the results. So you don't believe on this gold farmer that's just going to drop by you and say, well, here's an instant fix that would make everyone millionaires if they just clicked on this link. So with that, I'll leave you. Have a good one, my friend. Take care. Bye bye.